Hello. I am coming to you with a little candlelight. I think candlelight is romantic. I like the way it looks. I got to go to the Van Rijk Museum in Amsterdam, and I got to see Rembrandt's The Night Watch, which is the biggest frickin' painting. I didn't even know paintings came that big. If that was paint by numbers, you'd never finish it in your life. It's huge. But I thought maybe this is not really how Rembrandt wanted us to see his work. Maybe we should be seeing it by candlelight, which I think in a way would be more authentic, or torchlight even. Anyway, I digress. I'm having a real Coke. Yay! Oh, not root beer. Coke. A real Coke from HON Mexico. Well, hi, I'm Shalanta. Spasibo. Damn, that's got bite. I don't like Pepsi. Pepsi's too sweet, and it just doesn't have that bite to it that Coke has. Mom got me started when I was a kid. I started out with Shirley Temples. The next thing you know, I'm mainlining 2 liters every day. Try not to do that anymore. Chapter 4. This is probably the longest chapter because it's love, and Shakespeare was really big on love. So let me jump right into that. Okay. I love the sound of trains in the distance in the night. It sounds like lost souls. Your paleness moves me more than eloquence. Love is not love, which alters when it alteration finds, or bends with the remover to remove. Oh no, it is an ever-fixed mark that looks on tempests and is never shaken. If music be the food of love, play on. Look how my ring encompasseth thy finger, even so thy breast encloseth my poor heart. Can I go forward when my heart is here? Turn back, dull earth, and find thy center out. Mock me mercifully, gentle princess, because I love thee cruelly. We viewed the face of heaven, of earth and hell. So high our dragon soared into the air that looking down, the earth appeared to me no bigger than my hand in quantity. He is already dead, stabbed with a white wench's black eye, run through the air with a love song, the very pin of his heart cleft with the blind bow boy's butt shaft. He jests at scars that never felt a wound. Lovers can see to do their amorous rites by their own beauties. You are my true and honorable wife, as dear to me as the ruddy drops that visit my sad heart. When I lived, I was your other wife, and when you loved, you were my other husband. One hero died defiled, but I do live. Though neither eyes nor ears to hear nor see, yet should I be in love by touching thee. Were beauty under 20 locks kept fast, yet love breaks through and picks them all at last. Who ever loved that loved not at first sight? Loose now and then a scattered smile, and that I live upon. Nay, and you be so tardy, come no more in my sight. I had as lief be wooed of a snail. Come, woo me, for I am in a holiday humour, and like enough to consent. Aye, go your ways, go your ways. I knew what you would prove. My friends told me as much, and I thought no less. That flattering tongue of yours won me. 'Tis but one castaway, and so come, death. Come live with me and be my love, and we will all the pleasures prove that valleys, groves, hills, and fields, woods, or steepy mountain yields. A lover's eyes will gaze an eagle blind, subtle as sphinx, as sweet and musical as bright Apollo's lute strung with his hair. And when love speaks, the voice of all the gods make heaven drowsy with the harmony. One turf shall serve as pillow for us both, one heart, one bed, two bosoms, and one troth. Fortune forbid my outside have not charmed her. Poor lady, she were better love a dream. Now for the love of love and her soft hours, let's not confound the time with conference harsh. There's not a minute of our lives should stretch without some pleasure now. What sport tonight? My bounty is as boundless as the sea. My love is deep. The more I give to thee, the more I have, for both are infinite. Stony limits cannot hold love out, and what love can do, that dares love attempt. To say the truth, reason and love keep little company together nowadays. Nay, I can gleek upon occasion. I do love nothing in the world so well as you. Is not that strange? I love you with so much of my heart that none is left to protest. By the roses of the spring, by maidenhood, honor, truth, and everything, I love thee so that maugre all thy pride, nor wit nor reason can my passion hide. No, it's the trains. It always makes me cry. Sorry for getting all teared up. I told myself I wouldn't do that, because the saying is, if you cry on stage, the audience won't cry, because they brace themselves against too much coming through. They will put up their shields. But if you're fighting back tears and you don't, then you've got them. Okay. As easy might I from myself depart, as from my soul, which in thy breast doth lie. And ruined love, when it is built anew, grows fairer than at first, more strong, far greater. I have unclasped to thee the book even of my secret soul. I never look at you, but there's some new virtue born in me, some new courage. Do you begin to understand a little? Can you feel my soul here in the darkness breathe on you? This is the very ecstasy of love, whose violent property foredoes itself and leads the will to desperate undertakings. I pray thee, gentle mortal, sing again. Mine ear is much enamored of thy note, so is mine eye enthralled to thy shape, and thy fair virtue's force perforce doth move me on the first view to swear I love thee. At first I did adore a twinkling star, but now I worship a celestial sun. My virtue or my plague, be it either which, she is so conjunctive to my life and soul, that as the star moves not but in his sphere, I could not but by her. Nature is fine in love, and where 'tis fine, it sends some precious instance of itself after the thing it loves. To love one maiden only, cling to her and worship her by years of noble deeds until they won her. For indeed I know of no more subtle master under heaven than is the maiden passion for a maid, not only to keep down the base in man, but teach high thought and amiable words and courtliness and the desire of fame and love of truth and all that makes a man. Momentary as a sound, swift as a shadow, short as any dream, brief as the lightning in the collied night, then in a spleen unfolds both heaven and earth, and ere a man hath power to say, behold, the jaws of darkness do devour it up. So quick bright things come to confusion. Through this house each fairy stray, to the best bride bed will we, which by us shall blessed be, and the issue there create ever shall be fortunate. Oh, learn to read what silent love hath writ, to hear with eyes belongs to love's fine wit. Madam, you have bereft me of all words. Only my blood speaks to you in my veins, and there is such confusion in my powers, as after some oration fairly spoke by a beloved prince, there doth appear among the buzzing pleased multitude, where every something being blent together turns to a wild of nothing save of joy. This next chapter is Kisses, and this one's real close to my heart because I worked at the kissing booth, Sokoblok Drenchuanch, at the fair, so I got to use a lot of these. Here's what they had to say about kisses. And this first one is actually not Shakespeare, but again, I'll let you look it up. What is a kiss when all is done? A promise given under seal, a vow taken before the shrine of memory, a signature acknowledged, a moment made immortal with a rush of wings unseen, a sacrament of blossoms, a new song sung by two hearts to an old simple tune, the ring of one horizon around two souls together, all alone. If I profane with my unworthiest hand this holy shrine, the gentle sin is this: my lips, two blushing pilgrims ready stand, to smooth that rough touch with a tender kiss. This is actually over-translated by Marlowe from Elegia. When one sweetly sings, then straight I long to quaver on her lips, even in her song. My bosom's lord sits lightly in his throne, and all this day an unaccustomed spirit lifts me above the ground with cheerful thoughts. I dreamt my lady came and found me dead, and breathed such life with kisses in my lips, that I revived and was an emperor. You have witchcraft in your lips. Is this the face that launched 1,000 ships and burnt the topless towers of Ilium? Sweet Helen, make me immortal with a kiss. I would my horse had the speed of your tongue, and so good a continuer. O mistress mine, where are you roaming? O stay and hear your true love's coming. Trip no further, pretty sweeting, journey's end in lovers' meeting. What is love? 'Tis not hereafter. Present mirth hath present laughter. In delay there lies no plenty. Then come and kiss me, sweet and 20. In my lips lay her whole tongue hid, mine in hers she dips. Her lips to mine how often hath she joined, between each kiss her oaths of true love swearing. So much for kisses. Now let's get a little down and dirty. Passion. There's a few things the bard has to say about passion, but I'm starting out with a Dr. Faustus Marlowe quote, which is, I am one that loves an inch of raw mutton better than an ell of fried stockfish. It's really how you say it. Context is everything. Again, I'm doing a bit of editing, found a little repetition here. I hate repetition. Really need to get on this. Okay. These violent delights have violent ends, and in their triumph die like fire and powder, which as they kiss consume. The sweetest honey is loathsome in its own deliciousness, and in the taste confounds the appetite. Therefore love moderately, long love doth so. Flesh stays no farther reason, but rising at thy name doth point out thee as his triumphant prize. We shall buy maidenheads as they buy hobnails by the hundreds. Send me a cool rut time, Jove, or who can blame me to piss my tallow? Once more unto the breach, dear friends! Dost thou desire her most foully for those things that make her good? Oh, this cheers my soul. Come, show me some demonstrations magical, that I may conjure in some bushy grove, and have these joys in full possession. I'll be a park, and thou shalt be my deer. Feed where thou wilt, on mountain or in dale. Graze on my lips, and if those hills be dry, stray lower, where the pleasant fountains lie. Now is she in the lists of love, her champion mounted for the hot encounter. He will not manage her, although he mount her. What arms and shoulders did I touch and see, how apt her breasts were to be pressed by me, how smooth the belly under her waist saw I, how large a leg and what a lusty thigh. To leave the rest, all like me passing well, I clinged her naked body, down she fell. Judge you the rest. Being tired, she bade me kiss. Jove send me more such afternoons as this. That was Ovid from Elegia. Were I a god, I should give women leave, with lying lips, my godhead to deceive. We must have your doublet and hose plucked over your head, and show the world what the bird hath done to her own nest. Is there no military policy how virgins might blow up men? If I could win a lady at leapfrog, or by vaulting into my saddle with my armor on my back, I should quickly leap into a wife. Weigh what loss your honor may sustain, and keep you in the rear of your affection, out of the shot and danger of desire. In fierce tempest is he coming, in thunder and in earthquake, like a Jove. Okay, now we've come through love, kissing, passion. This chapter I call Spank Me, or Resistance is Futile, but Appreciated. Love on, I will requite thee, taming my wild heart to thy loving hand. Love is merely a madness, and I tell you deserves as well a dark house and a whip as madmen do. And the reason why they are not so punished and cured is that the lunacy is so ordinary that the whippers are in love too. I got in trouble for this one. Someone didn't like this next one at all. It's from Midsummer Night's Dream. It's Helena, and uh, I told a woman who was upset about it that I could introduce her to Master Shakespeare, who was in the Shire this very morning, or he's over at Court Glen. I'd be happy to introduce her and have him explain exactly what he meant. But this is the one that she took. This is the piece she had so much exception with, and Andrea was doing it. Andrea J. Nicholas, when we were doing Upstart Crow. I am your spaniel, and the more you beat me, I will fawn on you. Use me but as your spaniel, spurn me, strike me, neglect me, lose me, only give me leave, unworthy as I am to follow you. What worser place can I beg in your love, and yet a place of high respect with me, than to be used as you use your dog? I don't know what she could have seen in it that caused her to be upset, but Shakespeare, all I'm going to do is say Shakespeare. That's my whole defense, Shakespeare. I must be cruel only to be kind. I have begun, and now I give my sensual race the rein. Fit thy consent to my sharp appetite by yielding up thy body to my will. Down on your knees and thank heaven fasting for a good man's love. I am as peremptory as she proud-minded, and where two raging fires meet together, they do consume the thing that feeds their fury, for I am rough and woo not like a babe. You have that in your confidence that I would fain call master. God made sin, that we might know his mercy. Helias. Unwilling lovers' love doth more torment than such as in their bondage feel content. Lo, I confess, I am thy captive I, and hold my conquered hands for thee to tie, and captive-like be manacled and bound. That's dirty old Ovid again, translated by Marlowe. Being your slave, what should I do but tend upon the hours and times of your desire? This is actually, oh, fricking hell, I hate my computer. Okay, this is from a letter that Anne Boleyn wrote to Henry VIII before they were married. What will you be able to do for those who are ready to consecrate their entire obedience to your desires? This is from Merchant of Venice. It's Portia. And I don't mind doing female parts because some of the best stuff Shakespeare wrote was for women. And I'm not gonna let my sex stop me. You see me, Lord Bassanio, where I stand, such as I am. Though for myself alone, I would not be ambitious in my wish, to wish myself much better, yet for you, I would be trebled 20 times myself, 1,000 times more fair, 10,000 times more rich, that only to stand high in your account, I might in virtue, beauties, livings, friends, exceed account. But the full sum of me is sum of something, which to term in gross is an unlessoned girl, unschooled, unpractised. Happy in this, she is not yet so old, but she may learn. Happier than this, She is not bred so dull, but she can learn. Happiest of all is that her gentle spirit commits itself to yours to be directed, as from her lord, her governor, her king.